If you don't know already, these are the best 15 things to do in Lofoten, Norway by the Intrepid Guide. So without further ado, let's dive in. Drone footage of places like this is always the best, literally, always. Let's go, I'm excited. Lofoten.
Hei, jeg heter Michelle, jeg The Intrepid Guide. Velkommen til Lofoten i Norge.
Oh, I think, let me see that. That almost was like Swedish, because Swedish is hey hey, right? And she said like hi hi in a sense. And then jeg, that's like Dutch, I think, right? Very similar.
The Intrepid Guide. Velkommen til Lofoten i Norge.
And then welcome, like German, willkommen. Man, I think I could do this.
For the next 7 days, I'll be traveling around the beautiful Lofoten archipelago and sharing all the wonderful and dramatic landscapes that this area is well known for. They have the polar night, they have the midnight sun, they've got the northern lights, they've got everything. If you want to see some beautiful landscapes, then stick around.
I'm actually really excited for this. I am kind of getting cold though, looking at all this snow. Except for that looks cozy. Yes, it does.
Thanks to its proximity to the Gulf Stream, the Lofoten Islands actually enjoys a milder climate in comparison to other locations around the world located on the same latitude. If you want to see the northern lights, then you have to come here between September and April, and for the midnight sun, the best time is between late May and early July. There is evidence to suggest...
Hold on, so if there's a best time, does that mean you can't see it the other times, or is it just not as good, so that's like legit the best time? I wonder if that's the case.
The humans settled here as far back as 11,000 years ago, and there are archaeological sites which date back to 5,500 years ago. And the Vikings also had their place here, and at a place called Borg, they actually found the longest Viking longhouse on record, with stretches 83 meters long, and they reconstructed this and turned it into a living museum that you can actually visit now. Fishing has been and still is a very important part here of life in Lofoten. Codfish is the main fish that they catch around here, and as you travel around the Lofoten Islands, you'll see beautiful fishing villages which are called rubur, and many of these have been converted into accommodation. So for the first 4 days of my 1 week stay in the Lofoten Islands, I'm staying here at Huttvika Lodge. This is such a beautiful and charming little village to stay in. The cabins themselves have
Look, there's another sauna. Saunas are like everywhere there.
All been restored and modernized, but they use a lot of the original wood and they maintain the old school charm of these beautiful cabins. So now that you know a little bit about the area, kom la oss besøke Lofoten.
Oh my gosh, kom la oss besøke Lofoten. I messed that up. I want to try to learn some Norwegian. I feel like I have to, or at least I'm supposed to. Oh, I love architecture like that. Aren't they called like stavs or stave or something like that? And anytime I see water in like these type of places, I want to say their water is a lot colder than just normal water in general. I don't know why, I just always have that feeling. Henningsvær. This is where the field is. I'm learning, people. I am learning. Oh, I should say pitch, not field.
Just arrived in the beautiful Nusfjord, and there's a whole bunch of original 19th century rubur, and that translates to fishermen's cabins. So the rur actually means rowing, and then the bur means a dwelling. So that's what we're going to explore now. So let's go take a look.
Rowing dwelling. Look at that.
The sign behind me, it says Glatt Brygge, which literally means slippery docks. And then the second part says Set Sjøbein, which means bring your sea legs.
Sjøbein. See, and then it's like a regular beach.
Behind me is the famous Unstad, or the Arctic beach, and this is where you find a whole bunch of surfers surfing in crazy cold conditions. But there is one perk, is that the Gulf Stream runs past the Lofoten and makes the water a little bit warmer than you may think. But nonetheless, it's still freezing.
What were those back there? Because that 100% looks like antlers from a deer. I would assume it's just part of, like, I don't know, reef or something, or even, it doesn't look like coral or anything. Maybe just some reef and sticks or seaweed, I don't know. But those look like antlers.
And it makes the water a little bit warmer than you may think. But nonetheless, it's still freezing.
Oh, that's the other thing I want to know. So I have a ton of sea glass from when I was in Cuba, and it was so amazing to find. Is there a lot of sea glass in a place like this? I know in Russia, they have a huge place where you can get a ton of sea glass that washes up. I wonder if being on the outskirt, all the way up there north, if there is any glass here. Okay, I see a slow motion of crashing waves. Thought I was gonna see Ariel just kind of flop up on that rock. I love seeing smooth rocks like that because of the water. Flux.church.
Välkommen till Randbeckstranda.
I mean, what did she say? Welcome to Barapstranda. So this can't be like this year round. Just a ton of snow all the time. There's no way.
One of the great things about staying at Hattvika Lodge is the fact that they want to preserve and they want to promote the history and the heritage of the Lofoten area. And behind me is the perfect example of that. They've got a little Müller's tasting gallery that you can go into and try the 3 different types of cod liver oil that they produce in the area.
Oh yeah!
So behind me is the one and only factory. If I just turn around and you can see that. It's very bright. But basically there was a German who was educated in Denmark, and then he saw how the Norwegian fishermen were producing a cod liver oil, and he saw that there were lots of different fisheries producing their own version of the cod liver oil. So he came along and he streamlined the process to make it more efficient, and then he came up here, and now there is a factory that you can now visit, and you can also try the different types of cod liver oil.
Literally leave it up to the German to figure something like this out. But I also know cod liver oil is exceptionally good for you. When I was exploring, wanting to see which ones I would buy, I looked on Amazon and there's different websites and whatnot. And this one was the specific one that people were saying was like one of the best ones. So I might actually have to try and get it. If you've ever tried cod liver, or you even have this specific one, let me know, and let me know how it is.
Liver oil is a popular staple among Norwegians. It's very good for you. It's pure omega-3, so it helps with things like surviving the polar night when there is no sun. So yeah, let's go inside and taste some cod liver oil.
Oh wow.
A tablespoon of cod liver oil is good for healthy living.
We've got 3 variations of the cod liver oil. We've got the natural, the apple, and the lemon, which is the one I'm about to try now.
It flavored it up like it's a shot. I wonder if it leaves like this taste in your mouth. just keep looking at this mountain. I keep thinking of the Lonely Mountain. If anybody knows what that is, if you do, you get brownie points.
So I've just arrived at a place called Bø.
Buh.
That's
Buh.
actually how you say boo in Norwegian.
Oh. Buh. Okay.
So I've just arrived at Eliassen Rubur, which are another group of fishermen.
I gotta try to say that. Eliassen Rubur. Is that how you say it? Eliassen Rubur.
Cabins that are being converted into accommodation, and we're going to be staying here for the next 3 nights. So let's go inside and have a look at our beautiful cabin.
They're tiny. It's right in front of that mountain too. That's great.
Get up close and personal to the cod fishing industry in Lofoten, then you can see a lot of the codfish that are caught and hung out to dry in little fishing villages like this one at Saktersoya. They catch some 40 million kilos of codfish in Norway, and they ship it all the way around the world, and a lot of it is actually shipped to Italy. So just like the people of today who use cars as status symbols, the Norwegians used to do the same thing by painting their house either white, red or yellow. White was the most expensive colour to produce, then it was yellow, then red was the cheapest. And to create the red colour, you would mix ochre with cod liver oil, which is quite fitting because a lot of the fishing villages here are painted red.
So they got cod liver oil all over their houses. I never would have thought that. It's one of those secrets. I'm just thinking to myself too, as I see these islands and you're, talking to somebody on the phone, be like, hey, I'm almost there. I'm on the 3rd island of I'm on 3 of 8 island or something like that. Almost there. That's what I keep thinking of because there's all like jumping to the next one. Sandbotnen. Rhine. Isn't that the river in like London or something? Wait, visit A? That's a specific town? Just the letter A?
Welcome to it just happens to be the last letter of the Norwegian alphabet, and incidentally it's also the last village that you can visit on the E10 highway in Lofoten. After that you either have to go on foot or catch a ferry. Is one of the best preserved fishing villages in all of Norway, and there's actually 2 museums that you can visit. They've got the Norwegian Fisheries Museum and they've got the Dry Fish Museum. And if you're feeling a bit peckish, then stop off into the bakery that's been in operation since 1844 and pick up some cinnamon buns.
So, wow. I would have never thought that would be a city name. I gotta check out these islands someday. I hope it's not that cold, or maybe there's somebody can suggest the best time to go there and explore, because I just do not want to be cold anymore. My bones cannot handle it. I don't know, but I love this. I love this city, basically. I loved all the little towns within them. That was special. I think I would definitely go there for sure. And then I would venture out, like she said. You can't take or on the E10, I think that's the highway. She said you can't drive anymore. So, trying to put on those shoes and just start trucking through the forest.